If you only take one thing away from this video series, I hope it's this. Communicate more than you think you need to, and then communicate some more, and then communicate some more. I know I'm repeating myself, but it really is that important. Because here's what happens in every change initiative. Leaders think they've communicated clearly. They announced it at the all hands meeting, they sent the email, they posted it on the bulletin board. They assume everyone got the message. Meanwhile, half the frontline team is asking, wait, what are we doing again? And the other half has already decided this is just another flavor of the month initiative, and it'll blow over if they just wait it out. It's not that your people aren't listening. The problem is that once isn't enough. Really, 5 times isn't enough. During change, there's practically no such thing as over communicating. So today, let's talk about building a communication strategy that actually drives the action and results you need. First, recognize that communication during change isn't just information sharing. It's a strategic tool designed to drive specific behaviors. That means you need a plan. It's not a we'll talk about it at the next meeting kind of thing, but a deliberate strategy that answers the following questions. Who needs to hear what message, when, through which channels, and from whom? Different audiences need different messages. Your supervisors need implementation details. Your frontline workers need to understand how it affects their daily activities. Your informal leaders, the folks everyone else looks to for answers, they need to be brought in early so they can help carry the message. Map this all out. Make it intentional. Because scattered, inconsistent communication creates confusion, and confusion kills momentum. Your team can't execute what they don't understand. So break it down for them. Why are we doing this? What specifically is changing? What will they do differently tomorrow than they did yesterday? What stays the same? Use multiple formats. Some people learn from presentation, others need hands-on demonstration, some want written procedures they can reference. Give them all 3. And don't assume they'll understand after one training session. People need time to process new information, especially when it disrupts routines they've done for years. Build in opportunities for questions, clarification, and repetition. Education isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that happens until the new way becomes the normal way. Describe to your employees how the change benefits them. We covered this in an earlier video, but it's worth repeating because it's really that important. Every single time you communicate about a change, connect it to what your frontline employees care about. Maybe it's a new system that eliminates end-of-shift data entry, or maybe it's process improvements that mean fewer emergency overtime situations. Maybe it's reducing errors so you spend less time on frustrating rework and more time on productive work. Don't just say it once in the kickoff meeting. Weave it into every communication because people need to be reminded repeatedly that this change is happening with them and not to them. Now it's time to engage your team in bringing this change to reality. Communication isn't a one-way broadcast. It's a conversation. Ask for input. What problems do you see with this approach? What would make this work better on your shift? What are we missing? Those closest to the work know the work best. When you engage them in shaping the change, 2 things happen. First, you get better solutions because you're tapping into frontline expertise. And second, people support what they help create. Make engagement visible. When someone suggests an improvement and you implement it, tell everyone. Give individuals credit for spotting improvement opportunities and make sure you implement those changes. That shows you're listening and it encourages others to speak up. You have to deliver your message consistently over time. Here's where most change communication fails. It starts strong and then it fades away. Week 1, everyone's talking about the change. Week 4, crickets. Then your team concludes it wasn't that important after all. Don't let that happen. Share progress regularly. Celebrate the wins, even small ones. Running a couple of days on target is worth celebrating. But be honest about the losses too. Talk about it when things go wrong and talk about what you're doing to fix it. Consistency signals commitment. When your team sees that you're still talking about this change week after week, month after month, they understand it's not going away. It's real, it matters, and they need to engage with it. Finally, repetition, repetition, repetition. I know it feels redundant. I know I keep saying the same thing over again. And I know you're thinking, I already said this to my team once, but listen, your team is juggling a dozen priorities. They're dealing with daily firefights and processing information overload. The message you're tired of saying, They're just starting to hear it. So say it again, say it differently, say it through different channels, have other people say it, but keep saying it. In today's environment, agility is everything. The organizations that can implement change quickly and effectively are the ones that will thrive. And that agility is built on one fundamental capability: communication. You can have the perfect change strategy, the best process, and a great climate for change. But if you don't communicate it relentlessly, it won't stick. So communicate and then communicate again and then keep on communicating. Your team is counting on it.